people know us now. People know what to expect. Now we gotta take it to another level.
Look, city till I die, say hi to the bad fella. Hella smooth with the flow, so grab your umbrella. Yeah, we make it rain, bring the pain, things are changing. Power rank.
I'm an
Very
art
colorful.
major, red.
Yeah.
Hey, if you needed to turn on the red light to get the flame going, do your thing, homeboy.
Welcome to Tunnel Talk, everyone.
See the lamp back there? See the lamp back there?
We're all kind of enthralled with Adam's remote control lighting situation.
Okay, Roxanne.
We don't have to turn on the red light.
Well, I got
Yeah.
a forest. I got a forest.
Now Red's feeling a little bit slighted, so he's got to point out his background. Or is that a real background? Or is that a Zoom background?
No, it's a real background.
He's
you
actually
paint
in
that
the
Those are real
your-
trees. What are you saying? Are you saying that he's not sitting in the woods somewhere?
Right, yeah. What are you
I'm
trying to
just
do?
saying it-
You calling me a fucking liar? Eh?
I'm just saying, I wasn't sure if that was wallpaper or if someone came in painted a mural in your wall
hand-painted.
in the kitchen.
Yeah,
By
it's,
red.
it's painted. I actually painted it. It was a sip and paint.
Date night.
But you
with
did a
Red.
great job because it looks very realistic.
Who's that guy that used to paint on PBS with the afro?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, yeah.
Happy
Looks like one of his,
mistakes.
could be one of his works.
Happy little clouds. Yes.
Yeah, we make
Yeah,
happy,
happy little
mistakes, like letting Detroit City into the playoffs.
Wow. I wasn't going to go there quite yet, but I mean,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. Yeah, let's just dive right into it because
Holy shit, we won.
we won. Now, I feel like we have to clear the air on a few things here. And this has kind of been put out on social media too, and it was never our intent to gloat or to rub it in anyone's face. Red and I were the only two. We're not journalists. We're not pundits. Yahoos on a Detroit City themed podcast. The only two Yahoos that predicted Detroit City to advance. I'll go ahead and admit, Red is the only one who predicted an out and out win. I thought it was going to be tied, go to PKs. Everyone else predicted Louisville to win, and that has been a sore spot with many people in the
Universe?
in the universe, yeah. And I just want to say, if predictions were easy, we'd all be millionaires from betting on sports.
We would have way better podcast equipment.
We would have way better podcast equipment. We'd be coming at you in high definition.
Did you guys see my lights?
I fucking
You're
painted the background.
In Red's background?
No, look, Detroit City with a colossal upset of Louisville over the weekend. I don't know if anyone caught the beginning of the TV broadcast, but what's his name? Who's the guy, Devin, whatever his name is, that always does the games?
Her?
Mike Watt and Devin Kerr. I don't
Yeah,
think it was Devin.
Who was? I thought he was. I don't know. Yeah, those are the two main guys, right?
Yeah, Mike Watts.
I can't remember if
was
Devin
the
Kerr
main
was on. I mean,
thing,
Mike
right?
Watt is the main. Yeah, Mike Watt is the main play-by-play.
And he was definitely at the game. Or
Yeah.
I never know. They all sound the same to me, but whoever it was. Do you guys know the term glazing? This is what all the kids say. They were glazing Louisville, glazing them up. Greatest regular season team of all time, greatest Louisville team of all time, greatest first place team greatest number one seed of all time. They could not stop filleting a Louisville City soccer club.
I mean,
in
what
the
is it
first,
true though? Wasn't it true?
They're pretty fucking amazing, right? They are amazing.
It was true, yeah. Greatest regular season record of all time. Even better than San Antonio a few years back. When Harry
Pittsburgh.
was all full of himself.
Look, they
better than
conceded
Pittsburgh.
only 19 goals in 30 matches.
An amazing team. An amazing team with an amazing record.
They didn't lose at home once during the regular season at all. Only lost
And
once
yet-
in the regular season. Fucking
Not
awesome.
again. Not no league losses. I said it. The only losses they had at home this
Was
year.
the Eintracht Frankfurt, right? And then in the friendly, and then U.S. Open Cup against who?
Minnesota United,
Minnesota United, and then
And then another match.
and that's it.
We'll never know.
so,
And then some bums from Detroit.
And something that most people feel that shouldn't have counted. So,
yeah. Now, let me just start by saying, I guess we've already started, but I'm going to say next. What I'm going to say next is the following.
The prepared statement by 451 Tunnel Talk. Eat my shorts.
We don't take ourselves that seriously. Like, we do this
Or
because we enjoy
seriously
it.
at all.
No,
We're not-
and guess what, listeners? We don't fucking take you seriously either.
Yeah, and you know, like we're not curing cancer or anything like that. It's just soccer at the end of the
Might be
day.
causing cancer, but
But
Just a little bit.
never mind. Sorry. Go on. I won't interrupt.
but the amount of vitriol that certain members of this podcast have been subjected to online has been absolutely ridiculous. We're gonna get into the match in just a second, but I just want to read a few of these emails that came in. It's just over the top. Some of these comments, and they're not from a constructive place. They're more from a hateful place, I feel like. All right, so the first one is, Adam, you suck. Why do you hate Detroit?
I mean, that's reasonable.
This is my mood. My mood
It is
now.
reasonable, but
It's reflected
like,
in the lights.
but I feel like you could say it in a nicer way. Do you know what I mean? This one
Who's that from?
says,
Did they sign it?
dislike Detroit.
this was from Tim. Number 2, this says, maybe if Adam didn't wear Blue Jays hats all the time, he would actually root for Detroit teams.
Well,
It's from Clay. So,
That's a fair beef.
Yes.
Adam, you do what hat do you have on tonight, Adam? Does that say
This is
anything
a-
about your loyalties?
This is a Tigers spring training hat.
Mm.
It's
hard to see with the
wearing
light,
my Mustache
Defend-
Mafia shirt.
Ooh.
okay.
Now, do you want to explain
Classic.
what that's all about? The Mustache Mafia.
You said what is
Oh, I
it?
thought you were talking the Tigers hat. No, I just wanted to wear the Mustache Mafia shirt. So, because I'm a
Yeah.
big
Because
supporter
Adam
of-
supports charities, and I believe the proceeds of that shirt that he purchased went to charity.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Good.
Okay.
Yes,
Good
it did.
stuff.
So keep that in mind, people.
Because Adam's
Keep that
a good
in mind.
guy.
You're a good man, Adam.
Um,
You're a good man.
You're a great guy
this
from
one-
what people tell us.
This one says, Adam, you were dead wrong. I bet you're gonna predict Pittsburgh is gonna win too, huh?
Can I say?
Again, like, I mean,
the background remains blue because of my sadness.
Or is that Toronto Blue Jays colors?
Oh shit!
ooh. No, that's definitely Pistons blue. Definitely Pistons blue.
Okay. Good
Um,
catch.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can go with
this-
that. Sure.
Now this
sure,
one, this one's a little bit more reasonable, it's a little bit more balanced, and it doesn't call out Adam specifically. So it says, crew. Obviously, it was a long shot, but miracles happened.
Yeah,
What
So
happened? Yeah.
they do happen, and they happened.
They
Present
happened to
tense.
happen.
Have they,
they
ever
they,
happened?
they did happen, and they happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like they happened the fuck out of happening.
Yeah, exactly. So this one is addressed to several people. This says, Adam, Jam, Garrett, Alan.
I don't
And
see
then
the issue with this one.
Well, it just says believe. Now, I don't know if this is like a Ted Lasso reference. You know the little yellow sign that he taped up in the dressing room.
Full disclosure,
Um,
I've never watched Ted Lasso.
I've never watched it either.
My word!
Oh gosh.
All right.
Do I
I knew
even
something
know
terrible
ball?
would happen
the
during
rest
the podcast today.
the rest of the podcast is canceled so that they can go
Oh
binge
my
watch.
God.
I the only thing I heard about Ted Lasso, I heard like Dan Campbell is like the NFL version of Ted Lasso.
If Ted Lasso could beat your ass, maybe.
Yeah, if Ted Lasso had ever played soccer, maybe. I
He didn't play
highly
soccer,
endorse.
but he's a soccer coach.
Yes, that's kind of the premise.
Oh.
He's
Yeah,
a,
Jaime,
he's a, fo-
Jaime actually,
He's
Jaime
he's
actually
he's
really,
he's yeah.
Jaime
he's a
actually
gridiron
really put
football
me on
coach
that
from the Midwest who goes to England.
He's
to-
a
Oh, is that
college
what it is?
gridiron
Yeah.
football coach.
show. He didn't realize it was the other football, the real original football,
yeah.
Oh.
the one where they don't wear all the
And then
pads.
shenanigans occurred after that.
The football where they actually kick the ball with the foot
Yeah,
Yeah,
Correct.
and not throw it. with
strangely
their
named
hands.
football. Yeah,
and, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where they came up with that. You know, I don't get it myself, but apparently, so. But yeah,
Maybe I'll get around to watching it one of these days.
Yeah.
But-
Put it on your bucket list.
That's one of the reasons why I
heartwarming.
don't know ball though, is because I never watched Ted Lasso. So
There you go.
hopefully-
Yeah, these
Same,
are like
bro.
core things that you need to know ball. In fact, all right, back to Detroit Louisville. There was a real. I don't know if anyone else caught this. There's a really sweet moment when Detroit scores the goal. Someone was filming at the field house, and Allen and Red are like right front and center. They're like in on the bar, and they're watching it, and it's kind of like and it goes in, and the outburst of joy is just so pure and
man.
so lovely. Everyone hugging everyone. Allen's just like in disbelief, hands on his head, and it was like a class moment, which I wish I would have been there to partake in, but if you haven't caught that, it's definitely worth a look. But
Yeah,
what
wanna see that
really,
one.
yeah, you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen that one.
I'll send it to you. It's good. But I'm wondering, what I want to know is, everyone tell me one thing you learned from this upset of all upsets. David versus Goliath. USA versus Russia in whatever year that was in the Olympics.
1980.
Yeah, 1980. Miracle on Ice. Another miracle that happened.
I saw the end of that game.
happened.
Was crazy.
I was literally not even born in 1980.
All right,
well.
listen here. We
won't
get it.
hold that
You're
against you.
young.
I'm happy to say I wasn't born either. So
I saw it, and that was my first year of life, and I saw it. I remember it very vividly.
We're on the team. I think.
Yeah, I used.
Okay.
Yeah, I volunteered for the team that year.
he was getting Al Michaels coffee at that game.
Was he doing the play-by-play?
Who, Red?
Maybe.
No, Al Michaels.
Al Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
Both.
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
Yeah, he was doing the play-by-play, and then Red was getting him coffee between,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've obviously stepped all over Jaime's.
Yeah.
I had a deep
coordinate this.
Alan, what's one thing you've learned about this team from this after this Louisville match?
It's very, very important that certain people don't go to the matches.
I was hoping we would
Yeah.
get to this.
Yeah. So I especially Jam should never ever go to a match ever again.
So, yeah, we
Some of
didn't
the
know how
regulars
strong
that
the curse
normally
was.
go didn't go, and then we won possibly the greatest upset victory in USL
Sports
Championship history. So that's the beginning of time, I think, actually. And so I can only draw conclusions based on the evidence before me, and that's we have to thank Jam for the win.
You're welcome.
Thanks for not going, Jan.
He's
Just
the goat,
Yeah, just to
not
review,
an
how many
actual
games?
goat, but the goat.
How many games had you been to at Lynn Family Stadium, Jam?
All of them.
Previous, all of them, and
All
how
of
many?
them.
How many games did we win out of those games?
None of them.
None of them.
Of them.
And then the first time she doesn't go, we win. Hence, Jam is banned in perpetuity from Lynn Family Stadium.
Checkmate.
So sad.
That's
Amazing.
That's like Allen levels of road futility there.
Adam, what did you learn about this team?
That they're like, I want to be nice as possible, but the game plan that they've constantly been employing can work sometimes, and it worked Saturday night because the weird thing about it is, we were talking about this before, that they really didn't do anything different in that game. Like it wasn't Danny like going to, back to the drawing board and drawing up this incredible game plan to completely stymie the vaunted, Lou City, whatever. And
Correct. Same formation, basically the same personnel, except for Saldana's in there, which I do think that made a big difference.
Saldana's in there.
Was
But
a
you-
forced.
you go
That was
ba-
a forced change, right? Herrera wasn't fit or
Herrera was
something.
hurt. Yeah.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't dress, but who knows? Like,
But and you even look at the stats too, like, the shots were the shots were heavily in favor of Lou City. Possession was in favor of Lou City. Corners were in favor of Lou City. But we only had one shot on goal in that game, and that was the shot that went in. I think we had 3 total shots altogether.
yeah.
And would we have like 4 corners or something like that? If I'm remembering correctly, I didn't go back and I forgot to go back and look, but it wasn't some miraculous game plan that Danny put out there. It was really the same exact thing that we've pretty much seen all season, and this time it worked. I mean, if Lou, and again, you go back to the cliche, if Detroit City plays Lou City 10 times, Lou City's probably going to win
Just
them 9 times.
just watch yourself, Adam.
Yeah, we need somebody to produce the show. We don't need you end up missing at the hands of a player.
Do you want to rethink how many times out of 10 Louisville would win?
If Detroit plays Lou City 10 times, Detroit's going to win it 9 times, and that was one of the 9 times
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Thank you.
And
That sounds about right.
Sounds like your lawyer wrote that.
as a gun is put up to the But yeah, I mean that's the craziest thing I think about that game on Saturday was they didn't do anything different. Really.
Yeah, I think
Like the same subs.
Yeah.
It was
Took Cedeno off around, a little bit later than usual. but
later.
Early.
I was watching the
Earlier
fucking
than
clock
we
on
would
that
have
one.
expected. And it's like, oh my God, we're just doing the same thing. Yeah. No, it's
And
it's interesting, and
Yeah.
and Louisville, I think they went off the rails pretty early in that game. They got frustrated and just never pulled themselves back together. So we did the right stuff. Cedeno made some insane saves. So deserved man of the match.
Oh, yeah.
that one in the second half that I think they chose as like the save of the match. I mean that was goal bound for sure.
Mike Watt said that was one of the best
save
saves he's ever seen in his career as a play-by-play person.
Yeah.
And
Outrageous.
it's like, wow. Yeah. He says he's called 300 games or whatever, and he said that was one of the best he's ever seen.
I'm gonna need some official data on that. Some certified.
I can confirm it.
A notarized document saying that he's called 300 games.
I know
Uh,
somebody. I know somebody who can confirm it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Jam.
Me.
Oh,
I
good.
have confirmed.
So we're good.
Official.
Yeah. So certainly Louisville had some opportunities to take that game over, and they didn't succeed. So that's called the game. And
That is the game.
That is the game. And I don't know if we're going to talk about this later, but I'm just going to say it, is that people who are rerunning this game after the fact and saying what should have happened are missing the point.
To me, that's loser mentality. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you want to compare their XG, yeah, it was higher than ours. Who gives a crap?
You know.
Sorry, almost let
They
the
could-
let the
they
too
could-
hard to get the better of me. Like, they lost. Suck it. Live with it. Like,
We put the round thing in the thing with the little net.
that's the
And-
only
and
set
they
that counts
did
at the
it.
end
Their
of the
team
day.
didn't. Yes.
100%.
You know, it's like this happens during playoffs. If you don't like it, don't do playoffs.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Put a pin in that, Alan. Red, what did you learn about this team?
What I learned about this team. And when you say the team, are we talking about the players or the club as a whole?
Anything. What did you learn from this game? This historic upset.
I learned a few things. One, I've learned that
Said one thing.
I'm a fucking prophet. We should probably acknowledge that. But that's not my one thing. I just wanted to go out of my way to say that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that at the end of the day,
Oh my goodness.
people can say it all they want that miracles happen. And miracles happened. I think that that's the best thing that you can say. It just is what it is.
It's
Speaking
funny
of
that you were
miracles.
talking about miracles and then
David
the current
Koresh has
prodigal
entered
looking
the
one
chat.
just showed up.
Right,
know,
and then
this
Moses
is-
popped up and part
We've
of the
got
pod C.
Yeah, we've got David Koresh and the Prophet all on the same podcast.
Right.
Wait, do I
Don't
look
drink.
like
Don't
both of
drink.
them right
Don't
now?
drink. Garrett's, don't drink Garrett's Kool-Aid. Trust me.
No, he's not.
One
He's
night.
not Jim Jones. He's David Koresh.
Oh,
So where are
So,
we
yeah.
at, folks?
Don't you know your
That's-
cults? Don't you know your cults?
We're all sharing one thing that we learned about this team after this historic upset, this unprecedented, unbelievable, don't know if I can think of another word to go with upset, but
Uncrustable.
uncrustable upset. Yes.
no, but mine is just simply don't count them out. Don't count them out. You know, I mean,
Don't
that's
count 'em
it's the my love. I absolutely hate the playoff system, but this is exactly why I would normally hate the playoff system. But I kind of I don't know. I kind of fucking like the playoff system this year. If you know what I'm saying.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
So
All right.
I mean, with that being said, you could fucking boss the whole regular season, and the boys come in and put a goal in the back of the net and know how to take a punch for the next 45 minutes.
There was a wild thing about Saturday, and Adam and I kind of talked about it when we recorded the Three Ass Clown podcast last night. And that was the city's first win on Saturday in the road that wasn't a penalty shootout since April 12th when Jam was in Phoenix. 3 wins all year on the road in the USL Championship.
So
regular
this
season.
is conflicting because we just got through talking about how Jam has never been like that.
It's
Detroit
only
has lost.
Louisville specific.
Detroit's lost every single time Jam's been in Louisville,
Yeah.
and now you're telling me that we only win when Jam is there on the road. So this is really conflicting
It's Phoenix,
evidence.
though.
Yeah.
It's different
True.
in Phoenix. Like, that's where my vibes happen.
Second season, folks. We are in the second season.
Well, we're also in the
Yeah.
second bullet point of Jaime's agenda, and we're swaying.
And you
I
are the
only like
last person I would
distracting-
ever expect to rein it in. Holy shit.
Jam,
Right.
Jam, did you learn anything about
Yeah.
this team on Saturday?
Did I? No, I didn't learn anything new. Like, it was, I mean, it went how it went, and I think most people didn't expect it, and it was fucking awesome because we didn't expect it. And if you are telling people that you had no doubts in your mind that that's what was going to happen, you're a fucking liar.
Well, I have it recorded.
I do want to talk. I do want to talk about this playoff thing because there's a lot of people, particularly every single person on whatever Morrissey's stupid fucking podcast is called, the USL
USL
Goat
show.
Rodeo.
John
USL
or Juan
Goat
Morrissey?
Rodeo.
Which one?
John, Jonh.
Oh, Joel
Morrissey.
Joel Morrissey. Okay.
Joan Morrissey.
You're
All of
talking
them
about
to the
Morrissey from the
person.
Smiths, though, right?
I
Even
do like.
Morrissey.
Well, I like the songs from the Smiths. Morrissey himself has kind of turned into an asshole over the years.
So the more you see, the more he's an asshole.
Kind of. But they're all bitching about the playoffs. They're all bitching about the playoffs. And I get it, like a lot of soccer people who like go way back, like to the European leagues, they want like the season table is the champion. I get that, but this is America. They do playoffs, and like they're like, this throws everything into question. This is evidence of USL needing to revamp everything, and it's just like, stop being a bitch. Like, the two top seeds lost. Maybe they should win.
To be fair, Jaime, I mean, this situation even completely discombobulated FOTMob. I mean, it's like on some major Mercury retrograde type shit that's going on.
That was like a Dewey defeats Truman moment in American soccer with that FOTMob. With that FOTMob thing. It was great.
Loaded that and went to bed.
Yep. Like, this is a done deal.
Yeah.
Let's just put Lou City through, and because we got to get up early in the morning.
Not so fast.
It's like they set it on timer and then was like, oh shit, because it didn't get corrected until the morning.
The FOTMob admins wakes up next week. Wait, what the fuck?
Shit.
Detroit City won?
They had to call in the programmers. They had to redo a lot of things.
People lost their jobs at FOTMob
It's terrible.
headquarters.
Yeah.
It was.
Reality
this
is
was a
it was
travesty.
probably like some guy named Charlie who passed out with potato chips all over his Slayer t-shirt. They
But
just
like,
pushed the wrong button.
Oh,
This is
no.
what happened. The Detroit City winning cost people jobs at FOTMob because that's
Yeah.
what happened. Like, people fell asleep, they went home, they made assumptions, and when they came back the next morning, they had boxes ready at their desk to pack up their shit and get the fuck out because it's crazy. It's crazy.
What a
It's a
shame.
travesty. That's what it is.
I mean, this is
It's a
why we
travesty.
should get rid of the playoffs.
And this
I think
is
we
what
should- we
happens
should get-
in Trump's America is things like this happen.
Well, I really want to hear about Jaime's America First agenda that he was talking about before we interrupted him.
trying to remember.
Okay, he's already finished one bottle tonight by the guest
The
of it.
agenda was like 4 hours ago. So
It was
rambling
it was before
hours.
I started. So if anyone's ever followed me on social media, you know that when I make empanadas, there's like
Ryan Jaime comes out.
Some of our best recordings have happened on these.
The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of wine into like the sauce, right? So if you subtract 2 tablespoons from 1 bottle of wine, that's how much I consumed. Well, so anyway,
I heard it's better if you take
have
the
to
2
finish the bottle.
You take the 2 tablespoons from 2 separate bottles. That's what I heard.
Okay. That's going into my little notebook of tips. It is sour grapes, though, right? Like all these people bitching and moaning about the playoffs, like.
I mean, in all fairness, it is a stupid playoff format that they have. I mean, 12 teams in a conference.
But those are the rules.
But it's what we've got.
No, and I completely agree. This is where I'm going with this. Is that yes, it's dumb. There should not be 8 teams going to a playoff in a conference in a 12-team conference. It's stupid.
Yes.
But that's the way shit is set up right now. And I also don't like the people that say that Detroit City doesn't deserve to be in this spot, because based on how things are set up right now, they absolutely do deserve it. And I ask those same people, okay, if Detroit City doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs, then who does? Does Indy 11 deserve to be in the playoffs? Does Miami deserve to be in the playoffs?
100%.
Does Birmingham deserve to be in the playoffs? No, they had the opportunity to do that. Indy had the opportunity to do that. All they had to do was go on the road and beat Orange County, and they
after we gave them a lifeline.
Yes,
right.
We gave them the opportunity.
Multiple
we put
lifelines.
Indy's hands in they had their fate in their own hands, and they couldn't do it. So I mean, I don't understand that argument or that idea that Detroit City didn't deserve to be in this spot, because they definitely did. And people out there who are pissed off about that pick can take that take that I just gave you and shove it up your fucking ass.
There you go.
And to build off of that, I'm just glad that on this podcast, everybody on this podcast said that they deserve to be in the playoffs. Right? Right?
I guess.
No?
Since
The weird thing is, though, like...
Maybe.
Oh, go ahead, Garrett.
I was going to say another thing about the fact that 16 of 24 teams get in. Since this format started in 2023, in the 2023 in the Eastern Conference, the first seed and the second seed and the fourth seed all got knocked out in the first round. Third seed wound up losing in the final to the penalty shootout to the sixth seed in the Western Conference, and there was a couple, plenty of collusion there. Last year, first seed in the Eastern Conference gets knocked out in the semifinal by Rhode Island. The third and fourth seed get knocked out in the first round. Unfortunately, we were the third seed. And the second seed gets knocked out in the conference final. The 5 seed goes to the final. It's really like regular season is its own animal. And as painful as these 30 games were to watch, this is all we're in. And now this is something completely new. And who the fuck knows what's going to happen now?
But I mean, even your explanation kind of supports the idea of why the playoffs just overly complicate things, because you just said a lot of fucking numbers right there.
Yeah. A
I've
whole lot
got,
of numbers.
I've got the perfect way to fix the playoffs.
All right, Alan, bring it.
Okay. So, play the full season. So, whoever's got the most points or whatever they do gets the Players' Shield or whatever the hell they call it. Then, for the league champion, you have the Eastern Conference first place team play the Western Conference first place team in a home and away, and whoever comes out on top is the league champion. That's it.
That's that shit. That's that shit right
Simple,
there. Alan.
right?
Speak it.
It's so simple.
I would
And
vote
then,
for you.
Then
on that
no one
platform.
says, should the first place team deserve to be in the playoffs? Yeah, I would say so. Okay.
But
all these
obviously
people,
the
all these people bitching about this next summer in the World Cup comes and they have, an upset in the round of 16. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, it's a Cinderella story. We love it."
I think we should just put Argentina
when
and
Bosnia
Spain into the
upsets
final
Argentina.
because they should be in the final, right?
I'm just saying, like, I get the argument that there's like the league table, right? But there's also knockout competitions in soccer, like in real soccer. So like this is the format. Like, I just don't understand the people that are like so bent and so butthurt that that the number 1 and number 2 seeds are out. You know, like Crimea River, man. Like,
it's sports. Who fucking
They lost their
cares?
games.
I care, but I also don't care that other people are mad about it.
It's
Right,
funny
that's
you
what I'm
said
saying,
Crimea
like-
River. We're about to go to 3 rivers.
You shouldn't be mad.
Jam,
I
What
mean,
a transition.
I think like at the end of the day, like it's probably partly might be just a difference between and like on a relatively serious note here actually. And even though I usually say some bullshit right after I say that, like I actually mean on a serious note, like there's often 2 different types of people in life, right? I mean, there are people who come up against a wall and they sit there and they bitch at the wall and say how the wall shouldn't be there, this, that, and the other thing. And then there's the other people who find a way through, around that wall, or maybe there's a third group that are like, fuck this, I'm going home, and they just give up, right? But like at the end of the day, it is what it is. I can't stand the playoff system, but I think about that all the time, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn because I tend to be quite a humble guy here, but like in the regular season when we weren't doing well and a lot of our supporters were saying how bad we were doing, you know what I mean, and this, that, and the other thing, and I'm like, look, at the end of the day, like because of the way this is all set up, all we need to do, you need to coach the team to be at the top 66% of the fucking conference this year. You know what I mean? Like that's all you got to do. And we did that, and we made it, and we knocked off the best team in the league, the same thing we did 2 years ago. So it's like, I fucking, on the surface, for the love of the game and the fact that it's a global sport, I really wish that we would be all in sync to, like, honor the global rules of soccer, and, but we don't, because we're America, right? And this is what it is.
Right.
So it's like we could sit there and bitch about it, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, and we did what we did, and we're gonna do what we do on Saturday. And
What happened
lose,
happened.
according to Adam.
I just
Happened.
want to say something too, that I don't appreciate Jam being so dismissive of this whole topic here in playoffs, because there are a lot of Lou City supporters right now out there who are in shambles and are just not feeling so great because they haven't faced any adversity throughout the entire year until
Thank
now.
you, Adam.
So Jam,
And
So
you know what I
Jam,
say to
try-
them?
try to have a little
Fuck
bit,
'em.
try to have a little more empathy for a bunch of people who had
Yeah.
a
think
ton
this
of
is a-
money to go out and sign all
Yeah.
these different
Right.
players and play in this massive stadium that they had to kick a bunch of homeless people out of to build.
With
And,
lush grass, lush Louisville
Do you know how much
Kentucky
courage
grass.
it takes to kick
And-
homeless people out of their homes?
and yeah, they bulldozed a homeless encampment and to build a family, and they only lose at home twice to a first
3-10.
division German team and an MLS team, and then they get beat by this scrubby ass Detroit City team who limped into the playoffs, and Jam has no empathy for them because of that.
You did not bring me on this podcast for empathy.
That is awful, Jam. You should feel ashamed of yourself that you.
The interesting thing
I
is,
know
that
you, and
just to like kind of to Adam's point, like I think it's interesting that we lost so many games in the regular season. If we'd lost on Saturday, like we would have been prepared for it.
like, okay.
We'd have been like,
Yep.
It's Lou City, going to Lou City.
So like,
that's what we
see,
do.
it's better to go in pessimistic, because then when some shit like this goes down, it's like 1,000 times more exciting.
So are we saying that the club should have been more considerate of our feelings of defeat, that winning kind of messed us up?
I had 3 words that came out of my mouth when Adam called me back on Saturday about 5-10 minutes after final whistle blew. These fucking assholes.
And all the players,
I mean,
they had their vacation scheduled.
yeah.
They were getting ready.
Oh
to,
yeah, someone was
go
someone
to.
was gonna have a baby.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
just
don't
messes
know.
up all their plans. So it's pretty inconsiderate of the club to actually like succeed on things.
Yeah.
Danny Dichio had
I mean,
his
I
resume
saw
ready to go.
Yeah.
after the
Updated
match.
LinkedIn profile, and now he has to go back and update it with this win over
Make the
Lose City in the
postseason
playoffs.
again.
There's no way he updates his. He's got someone to update his Word document.
Speaking of
You gotta-
winning,
you have to have like a soft heart though. Like when you see footage of like Goodrum's mullet crying. You know,
Sad,
like even
terrible
his
scenes.
mullet was in the corner
Gut-wrenching
shedding
scenes.
tears.
Who's
Yeah.
Mullet?
So let's
Garrett's
have a
Mullet?
moment of silence for the Louisville City supporters in their
That.
grief.
If
I
there's
cried
anything
one tear.
Okay.
if there's anything that this podcast is known for, it's for the human element, I don't know.
I got
I
nothing
don't-
for you even too.
We're all
Normally
about
I'm the
that,
one with
whatever
this,
it
and I
is.
got
The
nothing on this.
human empathy, right? Like this is all about the human experience in the human context of the human endeavor. And all right, who's going to Pittsburgh? Raise your hand.
Jaime, you're alone, my friend.
It's you.
So you're
Hi.
the official
You're
correspondent
sicko
from-
here.
Man, just wait.
451
Just wait
podcast,
until
Tunnel
just wait
Talk.
until next week when I have to read all the emails saying you, oh ye of little faith, not even willing to drive 4 hours to Pittsburgh, the heartbeat of America.
Well,
Funny. It's funny you said that
I
because
don't know about these disloyal MFers, but for me in my time, I'm actually going to be having my inaugural shift as a city bartender at the Detroit City Clubhouse from 4 to 8.
Go fuck with Red.
So
Throw
come up to the
dollars at him.
clubhouse. If you don't even
Or
want to watch
quarters.
the game, you should. Just fuck with me. Fuck with me for 4 hours. Or I would go to Pittsburgh actually, but this is really big for me. I've been wanting to be a bartender at the clubhouse for a while, and they said they'd take me under their wing to be a baby bartender.
Red was personally really took the clubhouse situation to heart, which we've heard many times over these last few years of podcasts. That he's like, you know what, I'm going to do something about this, and now he's helping out at the clubhouse. So
And
help
It's not
Red
a
click these
now.
offers.
I've been doing this shit. I don't criticize anything I wouldn't jump in and help.
look, Red is being the change that he wants to see in the world. Right?
Bam.
I think we
Bam.
can all applaud that. You know, we've been accused of being a podcast that doesn't do the deep dive into the analytics and the XG and the FOTMob ratings. And do you know what I want to say to that is, who cares?
Can I say
If you
something
want to
about-
listen to a 7-hour podcast,
Just listen
With-
to this one.
well, we're getting there tonight. But if you want to listen to a 7-hour podcast, you go find the USL bingo show or whatever they call it. They'll get into all the X's, the XGs, the XAs, the XYs, the 6-7s. Like they're gonna get into all of it.
What about the ones and twos?
The one, that would be strictly. What's the guy who's the DJ at Keyworth?
Danny, right?
Ted.
Danny Dichio?
Ted.
No,
Sexy
Ted,
boy,
yes.
Yeah.
right? Oh.
So we're gonna cut straight to the chase. Is that what you say? Cut straight to the chase. Is that English?
It was English. Keep going. You're doing good.
Close enough.
Get in it, bruv.
We're gonna do for the record everyone's predictions for Detroit City away to Pittsburgh in the USL Championship Eastern Conference semifinal. and we're gonna do this very. We're gonna make a big deal about each person's prediction because it's gonna be chiseled into the historic records of this podcast.
They will hold us accountable, folks.
and
That's right.
and you'll be held accountable. So consider yourselves, consider your predictions wisely. I'm sorry that Garrett's gonna have to go first, so he's gonna have the least time to consider. But Garrett,
Funny
give me a
enough,
prediction: Pittsburgh versus Detroit at Highmark Stadium.
last one of the three to predict last night, first one to predict tonight.
That's how
Nil-
we roll. You come here, you better come correct.
0-0.
So wait, you were the last one to predict out of the Make City Spank Spence show thing.
Yeah, they saved me for last because
So you heard that garbage twice before you actually predicted the same thing.
0-0. It's going to be a 0-0, 120-minute slog fest on Saturday. It's
Now
going to
hold
go
on,
to
hold on,
penalties.
hold on.
It's going to go to
0-0.
penalties.
Yeah. Okay.
And City's going
penalties.
to City's going to prevail in penalties.
Ooh, okay. So that's one for Detroit City. Now, did you? Are you like hedging your bets? Did you give a different prediction on the other podcast so that like you can somehow?
I don't
like,
recall
one
if
way
we
or the
dropped the
other?
score last night, Adam. I don't know if I said a score, but I said penalty. It was going to be 120 minutes and
No,
City
you're
and
trying
Pens.
you're trying to dictate how I made the graphic. So what?
Oh, I
conveys all
I
of
wanted
this
him to just say
bullshit.
penalties.
Got
at
an HR
ten-
issue
eight-
on their hands.
Yikes!
Yeah.
That sounds like a you guys issue.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go to Alan.
This
Alan.
podcast works a little bit differently.
Exactly.
Adam,
Maybe you forgot.
change the color to red behind you. Change his
Oh.
mood. man.
That's
Sorry,
right.
Red, I forgot. Thank you.
anger,
Beat 'em up,
His
beat 'em
anger
up.
is rising. Whose turn is it now?
Yours.
Forgot what we were
Alan.
doing.
Alan. You're,
Okay. I'm gonna say 1-1, going to penalties.
Oh boy.
And
takers.
yeah, and Detroit City wins.
Let's go. All right. Just we're gonna rewind just a second for Garrett and for Alan, both predicting penalties. Who would you select as the first penalty kick taker
Oh, for
for
fuck's
these-
sake.
for these hypothetical penalty kicks?
Am I going first or Alan?
Garrett.
Ryan Williams.
Ooh, okay. Ryan Williams. That's
Am I
one
making that
vote.
pick, or is that Garrett?
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a.
Who's going first? I'm gonna say Devin.
I feel like if Devin took a penalty kick, he would just smash it as hard as he could, like down the middle. Like
hit the
tearing,
goal,
like
like a
tearing
nuts
the
or something.
tearing the goal.
The
in
net
half,
was
practically.
destroyed, and then
Yeah.
they'd have to like cancel the game. So that's
The ball would
yeah.
go into the Monongalia because I believe that's the river. That's that neighbor's Highmark.
Is it really? I thought it was the
they
Ohio
don't really
River.
kick towards the river,
That's
but
illegal.
that's okay.
I know nothing about rivers, so. Red, what is your prediction for the record?
Well, I want to officially, for the record, abstain to secure my legacy as a prophet.
Red will never
Prophecy
make a
doesn't
prediction
come
again
on
in the
demand.
history.
when it's
unofficially,
Okay.
I'm gonna actually agree with Alan and Garrett that it is gonna go to PKs and City's gonna win.
Oh.
We got.
Wait, what's your score after 120 minutes?
I think I'm gonna agree with Garrett and go 0-0.
Okay.
Fun fact, randomly, but in the first round of the USL playoffs this year, only one team scored more than one goal in the game.
Who's that?
New Mexico.
There's a New Mexico.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
surprised.
Can we,
I thought
can
there
we
was
get
only
old
one.
Mexico? Can we
It
get
was in all the
old Mexico
papers.
into these playoffs?
Were you in
Jeez.
Albuquerque this year, Alan? Or
New
was that-
Mexico. Someone's got.
I was
tear
there to
Donald
see that
Trump.
match.
Oof.
So
Ooh.
That's why I'm not ever going to any
Boo.
more away games.
There's a lot of
So you saw the city concede 4 goals on the road twice this year. Goddamn.
there's a lot of people on this podcast that are
I
banned
have.
from going to certain stadiums.
I
That's
know.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Jam.
Do it. Be a rebel, Jam.
There's no peer pressure here at all.
Oh,
No, here's the problem. Like, I want to be a rebel, but I actually do think it's gonna go to PKs.
There we go.
we
Okay.
can
But
books.
I think it's gonna be 2-2.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that would be.
First time we would score more than 1 goal in Pittsburgh.
Okay. So
Exactly.
penalty, and who wins the shootout, Jam?
We win.
Okay. Just clarifying, just for the record.
I
The
feel like
record
you
that will
all have
be-
been.
It's like an episode of Ted Lasso.
Wait. Let me not even say that. Let's wait for Jaime.
Because based on
Adam.
other results, my
Adam.
hopefulness level has changed.
Leave. I'm tapping the sign.
And that's reasonable, right? Like they've given us not much, and then they gave us something, and now that may change future.
I mean, if we can beat Louisville, like, I feel a lot better about Pittsburgh.
100%.
So
Adam, what's your prediction?
This is being recorded.
I have the power to edit though, so
Yeah.
I'm screen recording right now as we speak.
Adam will drop this
Yeah.
this episode on Sunday after he knows the result, and we'll voice over his.
Speaking of which, you know one thing that I noticed about after these predictions, that this last episode was slowly brought out on the 451 channel. I think you were hiding for your friends, trying to support them.
That's a very strong accusation. I'm not exactly sure what the
That's right.
accusation
I don't know.
is,
Just
but
give us your
it's
fucking
very,
prediction.
very strongly worded.
3 hours
Adam,
later,
what is
Adam
your
makes
prediction?
his pick.
I am going 1-0 City, and that's the thing about City right now is I don't know if they can. I think if City's going to win, it has to be with them keeping the opposition off the score sheet. I mean it's the same City team that we've seen all year long. Like we said before, they didn't do anything different last Saturday night against Lou City, and if Lou City would have scored in that game, then I think Lou City ends up winning that game, and having it knotted up. So I think
Well, if there were no
Detroit is going-
playoffs, they would have won the championship too, huh, buddy?
That's exactly right. So I think if City's going to win this game, I think they have to keep them off the score sheet, and I think they will. So 1-0 City to make everybody happy.
And then Jaime, just for the record too, Spence went 2-0 to City last night.
He has.
So we've
he has
all been
Detroit playing-
chastised.
He has Detroit playing Lou City again.
No, 2-0 Detroit beating Pitt.
Oh,
Everybody-
you know what?
everybody-
I was like,
everybody-
bro, it's bad enough that you pick Lou City once, and now you're gonna pick Lou City again in a game that they're not even playing in.
Damn right, I would do it again.
I will.
The league
pick
felt
Lou
it was
City.
unfair, so they're going to make us play Louisville again.
Yeah.
Somehow they're gonna find
So-
a loophole to get Lou,
We get
Lou
it
City
right.
back in the playoffs.
They might actually do that.
Pittsburgh had fielded an illegal player. So.
Well, hold on. Since North Carolina is going to be folding after this season,
Oh,
should they even be in the
Great
playoffs? at
segue.
this point?
Oh shit! Hold on, Jaime's got to make his
So-
pick.
Wait, quick question before we pivot to that. Garrett, did you earlier? Did you say that you predicted the same thing for the Pittsburgh match on the other pod? You said you did.
Yeah, I said City was going to win in Pens.
So far, nobody has predicted City to lose. Now, Jaime's
they're
gonna
gonna
make a
lose.
prediction. We got to talk about what Adam was talking about, but Jaime, you got to make your prediction.
I've given this a lot of thought.
Please pick Pitt.
Some people don't know this, but I have 2 degrees in Bayesian statistics.
Oh my god, you
I've-
fucking nerd.
I've created my own. Some people are like, oh, think about the FOTMob ratings and analytics. I've created my own metrics, bitches. I have created the XP rating, and according to my calculations in the Nava computer, we, as in Detroit City, the prediction is Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0, Detroit City 4. Nobody has the courage to make that prediction. Nobody
Wow.
anywhere on this planet. Mark it down. Engrave it in your jewelry that you wear on your bracelet. This is happening Saturday night. I will be there
Oh my
in
word.
the hotbed of American soccer, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Another historic win, another historic night.
If you get this right, should folks be giving you red wine, pisco, or another beverage of choice?
I will take all
Iron City
gifts.
Light.
I will I will accept all manner of gifts. I will from bottled water to light spritzers to whiskey to moonshine. Anything goes.
Look, in one episode, look, I think you all have been strong armed by Mikey Bryant. I think after last
To what do you refer, Red?
We have no idea what you're talking about.
After the debacle that happened at the last episode for this show and the last episode for MCMS, everybody's voting for Detroit City to win. I want to know if you all are okay. Have you received threats?
Do I look like the kind of woman that would ever let a man tell me what to do?
Man,
I'm just gonna say what I said last night in the group chat. I haven't laughed as hard as I have in a long time with last night. This has been some great stuff. Speaking of Pittsburgh, did you all talk about the club's email tonight? With
You
what
guys,
is
Mom
returned?
Donnie won.
I don't read those anymore.
I did. I saw
Look,
that.
there's a very, very expensive carriage that is going to take 3 supporters to Pittsburgh. A horse-drawn
nice.
carriage.
Oh, nice.
You've got to sign up quick if you want to get in to the
And
carriage.
that's 20 minutes ago. They'll get there right in time for the game.
Listen, these are horses, but they still got to stop for water and stuff. So it's going
What
to
is
take
the
a little
high
while
horse?
to get to
We're-
Pittsburgh.
Is this the
We're
NGS High
locking-
Horse?
No,
That's a blast from the past.
I was going to say
we're locking Alan up in, like the basement, right? So he can't go on this bus trip.
Alan's not allowed on any more bus trips.
Let me on the bus.
Ellen and
I'll be
away
running
days.
after.
Ellen
I'll
and
be
away
running
days.
behind it. Wait.
Although, hear me out. If we're all picking City to beat Pittsburgh, and at least 3 or 4 of us said it Pens, is the fully evil going to be completely reversed because all these polarities, everything's aligning reverse polarities, and that would include City winning on a bus trip day.
Ooh.
Which
That's
means,
a
do we
good
want to
Is
test Alan
Milwaukee-
going
Milwaukee
to this,
might
or
be
is
the
that
last
too
time we won a
much?
bus trip, didn't it?
No, we can't
Milwaukee
do
Torrent.
all of the things at once. You have to do one at a time.
I'm gonna get my astrology chart out. I'm gonna map all of this. I think that the
What season
moon
are
and the
we in?
sun are in the opposite houses right now. So
This is,
and
we're past
Saturn
Libra season, right?
is suggesting perhaps a draw. So I'll let you know when it's done in 2 weeks.
Where is Tatooine with respect to the sun at this point in the
Oh well, it's
lunar calendar?
over there.
It's a desert.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Or no one goes there. No one pertinent ever came from there. So
It's a unique place.
Does anyone want to talk about North Carolina being absolute losers?
Ugh.
it's so grody. It's like,
Nothing surprises me anymore.
well,
Okay,
I mean,
so for those who don't know, hold on, Alan. You're gonna get your moment. So this morning, someone on Blue Sky or Twitter or wherever broke some news. New North Carolina FC not fielding a team in 2026
6.
next year, and then there was like a follow up.
Mr. 2 Degrees, 2026 comes after 2025. Just so
Listen, counting is
My
not
God,
as
Adam comes
Things
in
have
with
completely
consumed a
unraveled.
lot of wine. Jeez.
Just randomly brought out some deep resentment from within Mr. 2
we go.
Degrees.
I know,
And good
man.
credit.
Jeez.
You said it
But then they came up. They came up with.
Stupid hair.
All right, now it's getting personal.
Wonderful skin.
All right.
And
Jaime.
Who
then it
smells
was
wonderful?
something along the lines of they're like taking a break in next year so that they can reapply for the Division 1 status potentially in 27, I think.
Which the league then put a statement out saying that they have successfully put out an application for D1 in 2028, and then talked about how Raleigh is a good some real estate jargon thing for a 15,000 seat stadium, and I'm just like,
An application's an application. I can go submit an application to be the president of Wayne State University today.
can we just
We are looking. So.
And he has done that.
How many
Yeah,
video
maybe he has
resumes
already.
has
Is it
Brett
the same
submitted?
talent
My boss.
agency that's trying to find this place an intern? Are best people still on it?
So one of the key facts that came out today is that their affiliation agreement expired at the end of this season. So rather than renewing that, they said, you know what? We're just not going to do anything. We're going to let it expire, and we'll just put in for this fancy new thing that you're going to do later on.
They're dangling.
And yeah,
Buffers.
it's sleazy. The owner of that club has done sleazy stuff.
Owns North
He
Carolina
owns
Courage.
several other sports teams, and he just wants to focus on those. So oh well, USL Championship. You're not
Right.
important.
You know what it reads to me. Obviously, I don't know this for sure, right? But it reads to me like, given his past, as Alan you pointed out, and given the current business climate for Division 1 soccer that is on the horizon, USL is coming after directly competing with MLS. Now you got the owner of North Carolina FC, who previously, let's be clear, right? Previously, what was it? Only 5 years ago, I think it was 2019 or 2018.
17.
That was that 17. Thank you. So 2017, after he took, I think, ownership of the Railhawks before they turned into North Carolina FC. I think it was in 2015 when he took ownership, and then had literally as a club that was in the NASL, had openly announced intentions to want to jump to MLS, had in 2017 announced a stadium plan as part of a bid to be one of those expansion sides for MLS. And not only that, during that same time, this schmuck, this whatever we want to say, right, was serving on the United States Soccer Federation board, right, as a representative for the NASL, who was in direct competition for the MLS and continued to vote in favor of changes to the MLS that was going to be beneficial to MLS. And to be fair, USL, who was kind of in partnership, right, with MLS at the time, to be little brother, and completely undermined what NASL was trying to do. Now, don't get me wrong, NASL had the issues of its own, right? We've all flushed that out over the years on Twitter, right? We know all the facts of that, right? So, like, understanding that NASL had some managerial, operational issues, a variety of issues that were going on. However, they had actually announced that they were going to be in direct competition and wanted to pursue Division One sanctioning. And while in that situation, one of their quote unquote own, who was trying to jump ship over here, is vote. It's just all fucking messy. You know what I mean? So like now, all of a sudden, not only are you saying you're gonna position yourself for Division One and USL, to me that's like you're just trying to dangle it out there to MLS because you are trying to be a benefactor of the nasty business environment that's going to be happening for Division One professional soccer in America. That to me, that's what that reads as.
And currently, with that ownership group also owning North Carolina Courage of NWSL, and it seems like they're in a situation too where they might be moving, or it's a precarious situation on that too. Like Oklahoma, we talked about, I think, in our group saying OKC Energy, who has last played in 2021, their situation has to do with stadium stuff, and North Carolina FC also seems like eventual real estate stadium, and it's unfortunate, especially when you look at the opposite of news that came out with the league and their new announcement for what's the title for division, their chief operating officer,
President
I
of
think.
Division One.
yeah, I mean, when you have such a big announcement like that and a poll from that to then have this news come out with North Carolina FC, Tom Bogart, by the way, Jaime of the Athletic.
That is an excellent observation, Garrett. I didn't even
Yeah.
think
That's
about that.
the name
Yeah.
that I couldn't think of.
And then almost a year to the day last year, when Tom Bogart put the news out about Memphis's demise, which the Santa Barbara group is now taking, which should be starting this coming season, is this league is supposed to be growing into this D1 thing, but then the habits of old are still kicking in. When you look at League One about to have 8 to 10 clubs next year and all this thing, it's like, is it in a good, comfortable place, or are they finding the same rake to hit themselves in the face with?
We're still not overcome those instability issues, as we're seeing over and over again.
I think if it's going to happen, though, it needs to happen now, rather than because I don't think they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. I don't think they're going to be able to have the same excuses that MLS had in the early days when the Tampa Bay Mutiny and the Dallas Burn ended up going under. I mean, they're at a point in time right now where you've had MLS be around for when was their first season, like 96 or something like that.
Yeah.
You've had USL Championship around for this iteration of USL Championship around for a while now. You've had multiple leagues underneath the championship be around for a while. They need to get the Division One aspect right, because that's what people are going to be paying attention to when it's all said and done.
Well,
That's going to be the league that's going to be getting all of the media attention,
sponsorship. Yeah.
all the sponsorships, yes. And if anything like today is going to happen, it needs to happen now and not 2 years, 3 years from now, when it's already launched, or it's getting ready to launch. D1, that is. So
In a way, Super League last summer was the soft launch for D1 now, and the issues that you saw with some of the USL Super League is hopefully that they have seen the issues that they've come in that situation to kind of be like, hey, they can do this. Might be similar situations coming up with the D1 move on the men's side.
Here's I'll be honest with you. Here's my concern with it all, like as it relates to the supporter base, and it is that I don't like at least what I have known publicly about Steve Melick. Don't trust him as it relates to. I'm not a big league guy, you know what I mean. But obviously, there's some complications with us ever going to MLS. With that being said, when we see stuff like this happening with characters who have been involved in what appears to be shady business, it's important things to watch, right? Because here's what I don't think that we have a lot of conversation, at least in the public sphere, about our club, is right now, like, we don't have the ownership group, as far as we know, and from what I've heard, like, we've even been getting waivers currently in our current situation when it comes to meeting the PLS. We don't, from my understanding, we don't currently have the principal ownership, right, that would position us for D1. And we're talking about launching a stadium in 2 years, 2027, that I don't know if y'all remember, but when it was announced as 14,999 seat capacity, which was probably a little cheeky joke, maybe. And then all of a sudden, now when it's launched, it's 15,000, which happens to be the minimum that you need for D1 according to the professional league standards, right? And in the same year, in 2027, maybe just my conspiratorial mind cooking up and thinking about the worst case scenario out of defense for the club that I am very tribally dedicated to. Grand Rapids is launching an MLS Next side, right? We go back and think about when the whole fiasco was happening with Lansing Ignite, and then there was Bear City FC in Grand Rapids, and where the Lansing Ignite owner acknowledged that that was created to be a feeder club for what Bear City FC was intended to be, a USL Championship side. We literally caught that. Well, we didn't catch it, right? But was listening to the episode, and it's in one of our episodes, one of the early episodes of the 451 podcast. You know what I mean? Like I worry, like, and I hope that supporters are like, we're kind of flushing this stuff out, because it's easy to kind of look at Steve Malik from a skeptical eye, but sometimes when this stuff starts to move and people are thinking about this in the business world, and you see groups starting to flock to something, you know, I think it's something that we got to keep on our radar and think about it as it relates to our club and what happens in 2027. I don't know.
I'd like to say two things, just to interject. One, Red has been taking a lot of drugs.
Just a little.
And two, I think at the 451 podcast, we're all about personal growth and evolution. And I remember the days when I first joined this noble venture, and I would say, do we want to talk about North Carolina FC or some other club? And Red would say, 3 little words.
Mm-hmm.
3 little words, beautiful as they are, scrubby ass club.
True.
And now look at this. Look at how much more in depth. Look how much the thought process has evolved. This is due to a lot of therapy and a life coach. He's employed a life coach, and
Yes, that is true.
I just think of that. I think again of Limitless, that Bradley Cooper gif where he's like, "I'm like 2.5 moves ahead of you, bro," or whatever it is.
Wow, what a night! I did not foresee this
Incredible.
playing out in such
What
a
an
beautiful
experience.
Yeah. We've all been here together for these precious moments, and we've, I think, touched a new reality, a new plane of existence.
Hey, Jaime, speaking of touching.
Here we go.
Oh, whoa.
Speaking of touching, sorry, that's not even a laugh. It's kind of a cry, because this is kind of a sad situation. I want to touch.
Oh,
I
no.
want to touch base.
Here we go.
On something real quick.
Okay.
All right, and maybe this slides us into shout outs. I don't know, because I'm sure that we are.
This is gonna count as your shout out, just so you know.
Okay, so I have one shout out. All right, I just happened to notice this. I want to shout out Elliot. Elliot.
Who?
So I just had Elliot. Elliot. All right.
Okay.
So Elliot. I saw Elliot's comment. So I just happened to be watching Tunnel Talk 193 on YouTube. For those who don't know, we're on YouTube as well. You might be listening to this audibly, but you can visibly see us in the beauty that is Jam Jam, right? If you choose to partake in YouTube, right? And there was
And
a comment.
just one other point about the YouTube. Like now, some people have been trying to like give us a little bit of a hard time. They say, "Oh, you've only got 12 views on YouTube." Well, our podcast is listed on the 451 channel. It's also on the Majors Detroit. So you have to add the two amounts of views together
Like
And
and
we're on
subscribe,
Major
motherfucker.
It's a lot of
to
work.
get the total views. And I also just would like to point out, before I let Red finish his shout out, that my mom has trouble with YouTube, right? So what I have to do is I have to download the video from YouTube, and then I put it up on her Microsoft player, like the video,
web
Microsoft Video
TV.
Player. Yeah, and she
That's
so then she
adorable.
watches it. So those views don't get counted on YouTube, but like that's like at least
there's
another
hundreds of people
Yeah.
that aren't counting.
that's
Right.
another 20 views at least. So just
Well-
to say,
Yeah, and well, that was part of Elliot's concerns that he initially raised, and and I agree with you. Like the idea that like we have this on in terms of YouTube, it's posted visually on two different sites, so you have to think of the complexity of adding together two numbers, right? Like that's it's not that easy, okay? But here's the thing. But on a very serious note, because I did some research and I noticed Elliot was. He's actually part of an organization that I think that because he raised some concerns about the level of analytics and the lack of professionality that we have on this show at times, according to him, I initially my impulse was to be upset, but then I did a little bit of research. Elliot is actually has a company called ECT, right? It's erectile correction therapy. Okay, and so, but there's a this is a really important conversation, right? And there might be some times that I like it's kind of emotional, right? But like, so what they provide is I did some research, and it's a high level service that is actually provided for people with erectile dysfunction. All right, but the backstory of Elliot's of why Elliot decided to do this. Apparently, Elliot, he's an expert on penis because he was born with one attached to his forehead, an extra penis. And
When that happens.
yeah, as a child, he was ridiculed because
Oh yeah.
he already had this extra kind of limp penis flying back and forth on his head, and he'd walk around with like almost bruised mushroom stamps on the side of his cheeks. And because
Goodness.
of the experience that he had as a young child related to that, he decided to start off this erectile correction therapy, and he travels around and does in-home services and whatnot. And so, like, I want to give him a shout out because, on a more serious note, right? For those who don't know, erectile dysfunction can be caused by physical issues like heart disease, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and smoking. So that's the part of it that we don't want to joke about, right? And if you're suffering from that, I want to encourage you to go to your doctor, okay? But there's also another side of it, right? That sometimes people suffer from this, and this is typically the clientele that Elliot works with are those who are overly invested in masturbation, right? And this is typically the clientele that Elliot works with. So, like on one hand, like I wanted to be very impulsive and respond to Elliot in a vehement way, but I just wanted to give you kudos, and I actually did go out of my way to respond to his comment on Tunnel Talk 193 on the channel 451 YouTube page, and let him know that like we heard his concerns, and I would make sure that we we called out, and gave a shout out to his business. We appreciate you and what you do. Salute. Thank you for your service.
Fight the good fight,
Blacklist.
Garrett, you look like you got a shout out. Lounging there comfortably on the couch.
Trying to think when the last time I've been on. End of June, when you witnessed AFC Ann Arbor choke to Toledo.
That might have been it.
And that was a happy, joyous moment, and that we all had, and we had some good laughs, and we had some good banter and everything like that. And I'm, it's good for me. I'm enjoying these last few days, and everything in general has been good to kind of get some of the, for me personally, to get some of this, to get this feeling back. So I'm in a, we are in a unique state right now, as I called it, with the club winning in Louisville, as I refer to them, these fucking assholes. Show 1 of the tour was in Louisville. Show 2 is in Pittsburgh. If they advance, it would be perfect if show 3 was in Rhode Island, in the Eastern Conference.
Can you imagine?
And then if they get to
buddy.
that, if maybe Tulsa or Phoenix for the 4th and final of this mini run.
We're on Jam Watch. Who does Jam cheer for if it's City and Phoenix?
How is that even a question, you dickhead?
Yeah, Adam.
How dare you?
Good grief.
But point being, a lot has gone on for me personally these last few months, and I am sitting here, new dig, I'm Heineken 00, and just while there's a whole lot of new going on and dealing with a bunch of change, there's also some of things that are still the same. So y'all, good
Cheers.
to be back tonight.
Cheers, Garrett. Jam, any special shout outs? Any long distance dedications?
Yeah, I'll do shout out.
All right,
Only
let's
because does it have the same feeling if someone asks you to give them a shout out?
go. Yeah, of course.
I mean, so I'm going with that. But for real, if we're talking about the West, I want to give a shout out to my BFF Josh from Tulsa because they won. We won.
Congrats.
They were number 1 spot in their conference, so they've got home hosting. There is a chance that our teams play in Tulsa. And for that, I will travel.
Ooh.
At the baseball field.
To the baseball field. The worst fucking pitch in this league.
Yes.
But the
Especially with
best
Memphis
fucking
gone.
dude I know.
That honor previously belonged to Memphis, but now that they've, crapped out.
It's
goes to
gnarly
Tulsa.
out there. It's so bad. But that's
Memphis
okay.
went insane, the Blues.
Fuck their team. But Josh, I'm coming for you, baby.
Let's go.
Tulsa
Hey,
still
bro-
has Alex DeLue also.
Is he really on their team still?
Mm-hmm.
Does he play?
I'm gonna look.
You know who else plays for Tulsa?
Someone find out how many minutes he's got.
Trevor
But he has
Amon
4
plays
goals
for
this
Tulsa.
year?
What?
Trevor Amon plays for Tulsa.
Yeah, Trevor
Yeah, but
joined.
wait, hold on, Adam. Did you say something else about Alex Dalu?
He has 4 goals and 3 assists this year.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He started
speaking
in
of-
20 matches.
It's like it's more.
Fucking Tulsa, yo.
I'm not
Speaking of-
gonna say anything else. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Speaking of Trevor Amon, because if I'm not mistaken, Trevor Amon and the city legend Roddy Green cross paths in their childhood. Makes me think of Rod, and on a serious note, with a shout out, big shout out to Rod Green, the father of Roddy Green. For those of you who might keep up with the comings and goings of the Green family. They lost their Rod lost the patriarch of the family recently. So much love and blessings out to him. Praying for your comfort. Miss you, homie. Stop being a slacker and come on an episode.
We love Rod.
Amen. Adam, I know you've got a very special dedication, a very special shout out for a very special someone.
I do, and I'm glad that you put it that way, Jaime, because my shout out tonight is to a man who has become quite an icon in American soccer, and a guy that has kind of overcome the odds, and despite all of the ridicule and just some of the harsh words that he may have
The
used.
naysayers, perhaps?
The naysayers. Yes, Jaime, thank you. You're just coming up with the right words in this instant. It's great. I'm happy that you are assisting me in this. But yeah, he faced a ton of ridicule, plenty of naysayers here in Detroit, and that is the one and only Mr. Vincenzo Candela, who was recently named the head coach of Union Omaha.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Detroit City legend, Vincenzo
Detroit
Candela.
City legend. Yes,
Legend.
legend.
When you are
Um,
loved by Detroit City and New York Cosmos fans, it tells you you've done some good shit in your
The
life.
word, you got that world in your hands.
Yep, and I know he faced some unfair treatment while he was here in Detroit
Yes.
from some very ungrateful so-called supporters, fans. And I'm putting DCFC faithful.
The faithful.
Yes, thank you, Red. Red's showing the quotation marks up there. If you're listening to the audio-only podcast, but yeah, congratulations to Coach Candela, who was overseeing that historic squad in Omaha.
Pato
Jaime?
Mateo Fa still on that side?
I think so.
He is, yeah. Yeah, he
Yes,
is.
he is still.
That's a beautiful story.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for sharing that. Alan.
I have two shout outs. So, first one is to the Etsy Witch for making all these victories possible. That we couldn't have done it the old fashioned way by like kicking the ball and scoring and things like that. So I understand that very special rituals are being prepared as we speak to cause Pittsburgh's players to have warts, trying to play with warts on their feet, and
Explosive diarrhea.
yeah, and so
Too many
careful
ICs.
for the people going to the match. Maybe stand away from the pitch because there could be explosive diarrhea. And my other shout out is to Dennis, who is wandering around Chicago as we speak. We hope he makes it back to his home. And someday we'll hear from him again.
And may the wind be at his sails, and whatever the old Irish pressing goes for him on that.
Oh,
Dude.
big. Also, shout out to the at the last watch party. There were some members of the Bayern Munich AG that were at the clubhouse. Nice fellas, talking about some kind of friendly for 2026.
Coming to Keyworth, coming to a stadium near you.
I want to get that in
Well-
before the new stadium opens.
Yeah,
they wouldn't
don't
wanna
wanna
go
do it. They give them the authentic Hamtramck experience.
That's right.
What a night! I can't believe that we actually recorded this on a Tuesday. Can't believe that nobody got a seizure from the flashing lights in the background of Adam's TV.
Dude, I got a rock concert going on here, man.
That's a different kind of mood there, fella. You sound a little devilish over there.
and look, we are still in the Halloween spirit, so all power to the devilish vibes. And listen, we got the receipts. So next week after Detroit wins, you come back here, you come at us, and we're gonna hold up the paper, this paper that I've written down tenderly, all of our predictions.
Whoa.
It's right there. You can see it right there. Suck on that.
Thanks so much for checking out the latest episode of Channel 451 Tunnel Talk. For more of these type of episodes, go to Detroit.themajorsports.com and look under Channel 451 where you can check out all of our prior episodes. Additionally, they are also on YouTube, whether the Majors TV YouTube channel or Channel 451. Be sure to like and subscribe both. Additionally, you can find the Majors Detroit on social media at TMSNX Detroit on Twitter and Instagram, and TMSNXDetroit.bsky.social, and the Majors Detroit on Facebook. You can find Channel 451 at 451DET on Twitter and 451DET.bsky.social on Blue Sky. Be sure to, if you check out any of us in audio form, you can find us wherever you check out your podcast. Be sure to not only like and subscribe, but leave a 5-star review. It goes a long way towards helping out all of us here, not only at the Majors Detroit, but the Channel 451 Tunnel Talk crew. Thanks again for checking this out. Until next time, catch you later. Call.